Philadelphia City Hall photo. Wikimedia Commons. The Philadelphia School District invited the controversial Council on American-Islamic Relations, which claims to be a defender of Muslim civil rights but was shown in court to be a front for the Islamic terrorist organization Hamas, to conduct sensitivity training for its teachers last year. On the day Donald Trump was elected president last November, CARE attorneys conducted a presentation for educators on Islamophobia and the civil rights of Muslim students, claiming the current political environment was toxic for Muslim American students, the investigative project on terrorism reported. Nihad Awad, executive director of CARE VOA Photom. El-Shanawi CAIR's Philadelphia branch asserted in a statement that young Muslims face increased rates of bullying, emotional abuse, physical threats, and verbal epithets due to their faith, race, or ethnicity. CARE, however, provided no evidence to support their claim. The director of the school system's Multilingual Family Support Center declared, "Nevertheless, we need CARE helping our schools." WND reported in July San Diego's school district ended a partnership with CARE that aimed to combat anti-Muslim bullying after parents sued, charging the program as unconstitutional because it appears to show a preference for one religion over another. The lawsuit against the anti-Islamophobia campaign later was revised to focus on CAIR's radical Islamic origin. Prior to the San Diego district's decision, the FBI and the Muslim Arab Gulf nation United Arab Emirates censured CARE. The FBI cut off its relationship with CARE after the organization was named an unindicted co-conspirator in a Hamas funding case, and the UAE, in 2014, listed CARE as one of 83 banned terrorist organizations, along with the Taliban, Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Support WND's legal fight to expose the Hamas front in the U.S., the Council on American-Islamic Relations. The Investigative Project on Terrorism, IPT, said Ashak Fazlullah, a member of CARE Philadelphia's executive committee, and CARE attorney Ryan Holden conducted the November 8 training. In a January 3 session with teachers, Fazlullah and Holden were scheduled to discuss issues of diversity, equity, and fairness. Colette Langston, principal at Philadelphia's Swenson Arts and Technology High School, wrote in an email to teachers. The morning seminar was called Cultural Sensitivity and Diversity Workshop 1, topic Islamophobia. The school district did not provide course materials in response to IPT's public records request. School district officials did not respond to queries regarding whether or not they conduct sensitivity training for other religious groups including Christians, Jews, Sikhs or Hindus. IPT said the school district's reliance on CARE could raise constitutional issues because the group's executive director, Nihad Awad, has described CARE as a religious ministry. Awad told the National Labor Relations Board last spring that CARE was a religious organization whose primary purpose is to spread Islam. It was Awad's acknowledgement that prompted the San Diego Unified School District to back away publicly from CAIR's anti-bullying program. To be Islamic sometime in the future, I'm going to do it through education. Piedra said he hopes the San Diego case will lead to a legal decision that will apply to public schools nationwide. We know that CARE is committed to advancing its anti-Islamophobia initiative nationwide, so we are equally committed to making sure it dies in San Diego. Ideally, that would be done by a presidential court decision, he said. IPT said the Philadelphia School District declined to comment on whether the San Diego case would impact future decisions to work with CARE. Support WND's legal fight to expose the Hamas front in the U.S., the Council on American-Islamic Relations. Cutting ties. San Diego's school board was only the latest public entity to distance itself from CARE. In 2009, when Robert Mueller was the director of the FBI, the bureau cut off its relationship with CARE after a 15-year investigation resulted the previous year in the conviction of Hamas fundraisers. During the trial, CARE was designated an unindicted co-conspirator. Omar Ahmad, founder and former chairman of CARE, previously participated in FBI training sessions and served as a liaison with the Muslim community. CAIR's Awad, who had met with Mueller and other top FBI officials, was found to have participated in planning meetings with the Holy Land Foundation, which saw 5 of its officials convicted of funneling $12.4 million to Hamas. CARE chairman emeritus Omar Ahmad also was designated by the Justice Department as an unindicted co-conspirator in the case. At the trial, Special Agent Laura Burns testified CARE was a front for radical Islamic groups operating in the U.S. CAIR's parent organization, according to FBI wiretap evidence from the terror funding case, was founded at an October 1993 meeting of Hamas leaders and activists in Philadelphia that included Awad. The organization, according to the evidence, was born out of a need to give immediate twinkle to the Muslim leaders' agenda of supporting violent jihad abroad while slowly institutionalizing Islamic law in the U.S. CARE sued to have its name removed from the list of co-conspirators. But WND reported in 2010 a federal judge determined that the Justice Department provided ample evidence to designate CARE as an unindicted terrorist co-conspirator, affirming the Muslim group has been involved in a conspiracy to support Hamas. CARE also protested the FBI's decision to sever relations. This is an unfortunate legacy of the Bush administration's misguided and counterproductive efforts to marginalize mainstream American Muslim organizations, CAIR's national office said in a statement to FoxNews.com at the time. It is not surprising that we would be singled out by those in the previous administration who sought to prevent us from defending the civil rights of American Muslims. After the FBI cut off relations with CARE, Rep. Sue Myrick, RNC, urged Congress to follow suit, pointing to further evidence of CAIR's radical ties in WND books Muslim Mafia inside the secret underworld that's conspiring to Islamize America. Why would anyone allow a group, who the FBI says is tied to terrorism, to influence national security policy, or any policy for that matter, she said in a statement. If the FBI has cut ties with CARE, Congress should wake up and do the same. At a news conference in Washington in 2009, Myrick said of Muslim Mafia, which featured the work of an undercover investigation, now we have proof, from the secret documents that this investigative team has uncovered, coupled with the ones recently declassified by the FBI, that radical Islamic agents living among us have a plan in place, and they are successfully carrying out that subversive plan. Shortly after the book was published, CARE filed a lawsuit against the undercover investigative team behind Muslim Mafia, alleging its reputation was harmed, and it sought damages in court. But a federal court in Washington shot down CAIR's claim that its reputation was damaged by the undercover investigation that alleged it was a front for the Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas. The court determined CARE failed to present a single fact showing it had been harmed, and the organization gave up that specific claim against former federal investigator Dave Gaubitz and his son, Chris Gaubitz. Yet the new paperback edition of Muslim Mafia, CARE, however, has used various tactics to prolong the case, and it is expected to go to trial.